Hello viewers, Sriram here from ShriLearning. Thanks all for watching this success story. Watching success story is always exciting in the sense we want to see how this person cleared the exam. Even though we know many clearing exam every other day. I was seeing in the WhatsApp group somebody telling that, man, every day someone is clearing exam. Of course, when every day somebody writing exam, every day somebody will clear. So point here is how the person prepared. What is their mindset? That's what important. In PMI, PMP exam or anything on the PMI, more than the subject, the mindset is very important. How we are framing our mindset, how we are grooming ourselves, that's very important. So we have Merwin in front of me who cleared PMP very recently, and he's so excited from Germany. So what's the time there, Merwin, now? Should be morning.
So it's 6:40 in the morning.
6:40. Okay, great. So he's a very morning person. That too with the PMP, you always become a morning person. So now, first of all, congratulations, Merwin, for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you, Sriram. So once again, thank you very much for your constant guidance and support.
Great.
And also, thank you for having me here.
Nice to have you. So first thing, we have to bring your certificate because without seeing that, the day doesn't go super well. Here it is. This is Merwin certificate who got on 8th of July. So what is date today? 13th. So almost 5 days have gone. Still you have that vibration of successfully clearing. How are you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so this has been a tough 2.5 months. Yeah, but I think it is, as we all know, it's one of the top and hardest certifications that is out there. So it definitely feels very good to have achieved it, given my exam as well, as you know.
And, okay, nice.
And I'm looking forward. Yeah.
Good. So your role says problem resolution manager. Okay.
Yes.
So you are already related to management industry. How is it? Little about yourself.
Yeah, I can give a short overview about myself. So I came to Germany for my master's, and I've been working in since the last 8 years here in Germany. And so my current role is with Aptiv, and my role is called a problem resolution manager. So we have BMW as our customer, and I'm the first point of contact between the incoming problems from BMW. So all the issues are being maintained over and so on.
Big profile, huh?
Well, it is a challenging profile, definitely.
Okay.
Of course, the team has been very cooperative and supportive.
True. So when you talk about the first point of contact, see, off late we talk more about customer centricity, right? In the sense of it is there for a long time, and now the word has been coined. And in PMP or Agile books, you'll see the word of customer centricity. How much this is really taught in this automotive industry? In the sense, are they really thinking from the customer perspective or always from the mission perspective? How is it?
It has been going through a transition for quite some time, I would say. I mean, previously, I think the industry was more about you are supposed to do something, you do it. Yeah. But now it is more about how well we satisfy their expectations, because it is not about one project or one product. It is a long and a continued effort, and it is not just about the business. You know, when people feel good with each other, they do more. So it's simple as that.
True.
And even in my role, so I have in our team, so we were able to, as I said, we are the first point of contact for the incoming problems. So we are in a hybrid, working in a hybrid mode, with Agile, and a little bit of traditional still there, and we are transitioning towards complete Agile.
Okay.
And I've had some team leading experiences, so but entirely into project management, having control over budget and procurement. So that area, I'm completely a newbie there. So this is something I learned.
Yeah, I want to hear that. You look a very techie person, okay?
Oh, not really.
At least you look, you give that techie guy.
I try to give that look.
Okay, so how come this thought of you want to learn something international management model? Where the trigger point it is? First of all, you know what is PMP, how many years back, and where did it start?
I think there are two aspects to it. So one thing is, since 2019, I've been taking one certification at least 1 year. So that is one thing that I would like to continue, hopefully. And I've always been interested into project management. So there were multiple things as everybody goes through. Shall I do a Prince 2? Shall I do a MBA? And yeah, the other certifications are comparatively very easy than PMP. Why should I, put myself through this rigor? But then I like taking up challenges. I like to do things which everybody thinks it's tough to do. So then with PMP being PMP being the most recognized project management certificate out there, then I thought, okay, before I consider anything else, then I wanted to do my PMP.
Good.
And
good.
That is how
good.
it started.
So in your corporate, do you see people with this kind of certification around you?
Yes. So there are a few colleagues who do have a vast amount of experience and also have PMP.
Wow.
And the way they handle themselves, the way they approach a problem, and the way they propose solutions to a problem is very, very different. Yeah. And, so I'm slowly trying to enter that train.
All right, that's good. So you got inspired the way they do.
Yes. So I have a very good mentor in my office, and I really like the way he approaches problems.
Nice.
So, how critically he can analyze it, and because it's the matter of how spontaneous you are, right? How
yeah, true. Reflex, agility.
Yeah. Yes, being agile. And it doesn't matter when you have a very good proposal if you say it after 2 days. You have to say it then, and it should be very, very efficient.
Timing is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
And learning these aspects, I think it will help anyone, irrespective of the industry. Yeah.
Cool. That's good. Okay, it's all happened. So when the thought came, let me start now, because PMP should be in mind for a while. But did COVID played some? Does it put some salt and pepper and gave some time for you?
Absolutely. So I think we've been working from home since the last 18 months. So of course, with respect to time, we do have a lot of time. So the travel time gets reduced, and we can spend that time usefully in a couple of other aspects. So
how much time you spend in Germany for traveling, for reaching your office?
Well, it's about 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, you have to catch up public transport?
No, I drive, and it's about 30 to 40 minutes.
30, 40 minutes is pretty long distance, it should be.
So my office is about 30 kilometers away.
Okay.
So,
okay.
In the mornings, it is about 30 minutes or 40 minutes, but in the evenings,
should be there.
Yes.
Okay.
In the evenings. So I kind of drop my daughter and then go in the peak hours. So that's the reason. Otherwise, it's about roughly 20 minutes. So
yeah, I believe roads should be so great there, except this morning office goers traffic. Okay,
yeah.
That should be there.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So coming back to your question, so I think I wanted to start with PMP somewhere in the middle of February this year. And then slowly things got postponed, and I think it was, when was it? The 15th or the 16th of April. So our batch started on the 17th of April. And I think I watched one of your success story and your free class, the first day of class. And I am someone who, if I like the class, that's it. I can literally listen and then I can read. So for me, I really should like the class. So it's been like that for quite some time now. And I really like the class, and then I really like the way you've been handling the class. So then I called up Rahul. Then he said, "Oh, there is a batch starting tomorrow. Okay, let me do it."
Thanks for the trust, and thanks to YouTube, which makes it accessible to people from all part of the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great. You really need a trust. Okay, there are a number of institutes in the world Why should someone come to you?
Yeah,
That's nice. That's
I
nice.
think one aspect, I don't remember the name of the person who I watched that success story now, but he was mentioning about you being a constant checker with him. You would ask him what had happened and so on. Then I thought, okay, I think I need this guy who can constantly check up on me and then see, okay, if I'm in the right track or if I'm preparing and whatnot.
Okay. In the video, he said, "Does it happen?"
Of course. I think one class I had texted Rahul saying that, Rahul, today I won't be. So that's the only one class I missed. I did not attend the class on a Sunday, and then I said, Rahul, I won't be able to attend. He said, it's okay, no problem. You'll get the recording. You can watch it. That week, I don't know if it was coincidence or if Rahul informed you, I'm not sure. That week on Wednesday or Thursday, you contacted me. Hey, how are you doing? I thought, oh, what is happening here?
We have artificial intelligence to track people.
I was telling my wife as well the same. I think they are spying on everybody.
Yeah, we keep checking who all attending, not attending. See, the classes, we see people, they ask a lot of questions the first 2-3 classes. After 4th week, they'll be silent. They sit in the last bench under the table. So we'll be chasing them. Where are you? What are you doing? Point here is, see, the interest when you join was very high and slowly start dropping down. I don't want that to drop down. That should continue. So that's very important. Super,
I think
great.
That is your USP as well. I mean, the other institutes being like, okay, everybody, even you can do the same, you know, like you can do your class, the classes are very good and then stop. Then it is our responsibility to take up the exam, pass, fail, whatever. But then you guys continuously keep in contact, post questions every day, the answers, and being open for discussions at any time. I think that's really, really good. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Thanks for the positive words. The reason primary is, Merwin, at the age of 20, 25, we are fine. After 35, 30, 35, 40, what happens is the laziness always will be on behind us, or also family stuff will be pulling us. If someone don't ask you, it will get diluted. So you will feel that, okay, money invested, gone, it's okay, leave it. So you may be a greatest leader, which a country needs, or a corporate needs, or your family needs. You won't find it. At the age of 70, you will think, shucks, man, I should have done.
Sure.
So at least we will try our best to push you. Beyond that, somebody says, I can't do it. We can't force them. They will leave it. We won't force, but we'll keep checking regularly.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah.
That's a point. Super. Good. Let's jump to the exam part now. So how the exam it is center or proctor?
Yeah. So it is a center-based exam. So actually, as you said, I am PMP certified. You asked us all to write the date on the first day. I wrote the 30th of June. I wanted to finish it by June. And unfortunately, all the proctored exam dates were, slots that were available were all in the midnight from 1:30 to 5 and 2 o'clock to 6 and so on. And then I really didn't want to take it up that time. And I also thought, okay, if you are in the center, then every other potential risks like your computer, internet, everything goes away, right? So
look at the terminology, potential risk mitigation. You're spoiled by the MP.
I had my own assumptions log ready. So before when going into the plan, and then so that's why I thought, okay, there was a slot available on the 8th, and I took it up. So it was a center-based exam. Yeah.
Very good. So in Germany, when you say center-based exam, is it that easy you're getting? Centers will be very limited, or how is it? Easily you get?
Actually, in the big cities, it's not an issue at all. So I live in Munich, and in Munich there are actually 3 centers, but there is only 1 center currently operational. Yeah.
Understand. How was the restrictions in center? When you enter there, you have to wear the mask.
Oh yeah, I think
scanning.
It was worse than the airport, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what I want to check out. What all they did there? Germany, let me understand what they do there.
They completely checked me with the scanner as well. They asked me to remove my glasses. They asked me to There should be empty my pockets, and pull up my sleeves, and they check my ears, they check my hair. And this happens every time you go out, like you go for a break and then you come back, the same thing starts. So in my first break, I was very lucky because I didn't know that it would happen every time, Then I came back, I had like 3-4 seconds remaining in the break.
Okay.
And for the second break, I was very cautious. I just straight away went to the washroom and then came back for the checking, because there was also another person who was taking up the exam.
Standing there, right. See, when I went to exam, the same thing happened, because exam writing is a different room, washroom and area is a different room. Whereas in some centers in India, somewhere I found, what they do is the exam writing block itself have a washroom.
Okay.
So what happens is you don't cross that line. If you don't cross the line, they don't scan you again. See, problem is you cross the line, go to a washroom and come back. Chances are you may carry some paper with you. Chances are you may carry some tips with you for the exam, right? So they try to scan you again. You cannot tell that, hey, this is same Shriram, green t-shirt, just now went out. That guys are trained like that. They'll be looking like a robo. Okay, nice.
Every time they used to check. Only thing is, they said I can take a bottle of water with me.
Thank God.
You can see cameras everywhere.
Yeah. You will be a celebrity. You are the celebrity.
I was thinking, what? Am I writing an exam, or am I here to rob a bank?
That much importance is there, right? The certificate value. Still, people are trying to do some malfunction, malpractice, all are happening. People are trying to do, but again, PMI will nail them. They take one by one, put a nail on. They do valuable certificate. They won't leave it. Okay. Coming back on this exam part is good. So now enter into the exam. How the questions went on? Let me listen from you. How is it for you?
I think so. I will start with the mindset and our discussions that we had. So I was scoring pretty well in the mock exam. So about 75% in prepcast and about 70 in study hall. And so I was pretty confident going into the exam itself. Of course, everybody is anxious and nervous. I also had it, but then I did not have any questions about myself if I would pass or not. That was pretty much out.
Solid.
One at least, let's say, one wish that I always had was I wanted to pass with above targets and all. That's something that I had even before prepare.
University topper.
At least above target this time.
Okay.
So that was something that I had in my mind, and I've been watching all the success stories in the last few months, and everybody said it is doable. I think it was easy and all.
Tell me one thing. How the success story keep helping you? Listening to that.
It is a constant motivational factor. And also I think we prepare for the exam, but someone has gone through exactly that, right? Maybe 2 days before, 1 week before, someone has gone through. So I like visualizing things. I visualize if I'm going to do something tomorrow, I will visualize that I am there, I'm doing this, and maybe my visualization is entirely opposite of what is going to happen, but I always try to visualize. And the success story helps visualizing that in a much accurate manner.
Nice.
So the precision goes higher. So because that person has just taken up the exam, right? So when he or she explains it, okay, you can imagine yourselves sitting there, taking up the exam, being confident and coming out happily, and all these things. I try to imagine myself.
Nice.
And in that aspect, at least for me personally, the success stories have been a great help. And most of them would share their experiences, their do's and don'ts.
Right.
I've taken a lot of cue from that.
Very good. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah. So yes, I've been watching the success stories, and they've also been very, very motivational. But Shriram, you've been always saying that the questions are provided by the software. Anyone would get a random set of questions. Nobody knows how or what kind of questions one is going to get. Be prepared for everything. So that's what you also said.
Right.
And then I was thinking, okay, you are giving that motivational boost that you give to everybody. Let's go and see what happens. That was the exam. First 10 questions, absolutely no problem. I think, yeah, okay. It looks exactly as these guys said. Yeah. And then from the 11th question, it started. Yeah. So one primary contradicting factor that I would say right in the beginning is at least through the success stories, what I've been realizing is people have been having a majority of their questions in agile and in hybrid. Very less in predictive, right?
Right.
So mine was, I had a very good mixture of predictive, agile, and hybrid.
Oh,
So about 25 to 30% was predictive. And it wasn't asking for what is the process before or something like that. It was asking more into your project is in a transition from traditional, so predictive to hybrid or agile, and they are facing a problem. What you as a project manager should have done then in order to avoid this problem.
Oh, there in the predictive itself, what should have done? Okay.
Exactly. So I think now as we are in a transition, or let's say majority of the companies are being in transition,
right?
And the problems that we face, I think the questions were more about what you should have done then in order to avoid the problem now.
Makes sense.
And I had about 20 questions like that, and these questions are really big, really big. I mean, I was in the center, right? I had a big monitor, easily 5-6 lines of questions, and 1.5 lines for the options, and that was quite tough. And amongst that, 2 are correct. 2 are exactly correct. So then it slowly started. I was wondering, okay, next we will get agile question. The next might be agile. No.
Then you recall that success story. Who is that guy who said honor agile question? Where is he? Get his address. Oh,
yeah. So I finished my first 60. Yeah. Okay. I took 87 minutes for it.
Decent time. Okay.
And normally I had no issues with time. So with my mock exams, I had no issues with time. But this was going close. I thought, okay, the next 60 will be all right, and then last 60 I will still have time.
Like you said, okay, relax. It'll be good.
So
you went for a break. You went for a break.
Of course. I went to the washroom. I had a chocolate, and then I came back, and then the checking started. Oh my God! I was wondering what is happening here.
Did they ask you what? Did they ask you in checking what chocolate you had?
No. At least the one thing that they did not ask was that they said if you want, you can take the water bottle. Okay. Yeah, and then they gave me chocolates themselves the next time. You said you did not go there and eat. We will give you.
Seriously?
Yeah. They gave me 2 chocolates.
God, man. I'm so surprised. Why should they give chocolate to you?
I don't know. Maybe God, during the they thought, okay, because the place where we store our things is right in front of that room. They can really see us.
Oh, that's your chocolate. The chocolate which you brought.
No. They gave from them what they had in that institute.
This is really interesting, man. We have to convey this message to all the center. Guys, give chocolates. Let them be happy. We paid $500, and at least 2 chocolates they can give.
Yeah. Or at least put that congratulations message a bit bigger. I will tell you that story.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, and then literally when I walked in, and there was about 3 seconds to start the exam, to start the next exam, and then next set, and then I started. So the second 60 was actually tougher than the first 60, because in the first 60 I at least had 10 questions that was I knew confidently it was completely correct. Agile and correct, right? But in the second 60 was a bit more tougher, in the sense of it was literally putting us in the spot, asking us to decide between two best answers. So it's been the case, but then it was more about understanding the situation, where we are. Are we in traditional? Are we in agile? Or are we in the transition? Who's got to do what, and so on. And yeah, so that I think I finished the second 60 questions in about 73 minutes. Then I went for my break. Yeah, went for my break, and then started the third 60.
Before go to break, when you do 60 question, when you submit the 60th question, will it ask bring up the review window, or immediately it will ask you, would you like to go for a break? What will be the first one?
So first thing that comes is the review window. So I had marked 2 questions, I think in the second 60 as well to mark.
In the 60th question answer, below that, there will be a submit button.
Yes.
Okay, when you click the submit button, it will pop up as a review window.
Exactly. The review window opens up, and then you have options either to review all the marked questions or review one by one.
Achha,
and then I reviewed 2 questions which I had already marked.
Again, you have to click submit there.
Exactly. After that, you have to submit, click submit twice actually. And you submit it twice, and then it will ask, okay, your set is now ended. Do you want to continue or you want to go for a break?
Okay.
And we have to, only if we click on this submit, go for break or submit to go for break, then the break actually starts. You get 10 minutes.
So timer should start running.
Yes, exactly.
So a person going to break should confirm that timer starts running. Then only has to move away.
Yeah, basically the question window or the PMI window kind of disappears, and then a new window comes up where you have your photo, and it will say your break has now started. You have 9 minutes and 58 seconds, for example.
Makes sense.
And then when you come back, the timer runs down, and when it is 0, it will start. So the PMI window will come up.
That window will come up automatically. So question will start appearing there.
Yes.
61.
So we need not to do anything. So if you want to close it before, we can click end break. If not, the questions will automatically start.
Makes sense. Super. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and then I started my third 60. It was comparatively easier than the first 60. And in the third 60, I had a math match the following. So situation was described, and then on the left side we had the different matrices, CPA, SPA, and so on and so forth. We had 4 matrices, and on the right side their values. So you need not calculate it. I mean, it was very basic calculation. You don't need a calculator and so on. But then it took a lot of time, because you have to understand it, make at least 3 different calculations, and then do a drag and drop. And of course, when you do a drag and drop, you will always be double checking, triple checking if you are doing it correctly.
Right. It will consume time.
So, yeah, it took time. And then in my third 60 is where I had my majority of the match the following questions. It was very easy, but then it was consuming time. So normally with my mock exams, I easily had about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes easily. Every mock exam I had extra time remaining. So I thought at least here also I should have some 5 minutes, Then I finished like 3 minutes to go or something.
Okay. Yeah. Close to the time. Okay. So
quite intense.
Last, how much review you had? How many questions?
I had 2 questions.
2. Okay. You had limited review.
Yeah. I normally try to get it done with, but only questions which I think, okay, I've invested enough time, I move on. Yeah.
Very good.
When I was doing the 160th question, and I was telling you, right, I was looking forward to get 3 above targets. When I was doing my 160th question, I was like, I don't care, man. I don't really want above target or pass or fail. I don't really care. I just want this exam to end. Yeah.
God, man, look at the way it is.
Yeah, it was quite intense, though. It was much intense than all my mocks. I can say that.
I know that's the way it is. See, at least now we have to say that 2 breaks are they're giving. Remember the days people written 2-3 years back. Continuous 4 hours you have to write exam.
Yeah.
That too there will be some 18 or 20 math questions. And on those days, these kind of success stories are not available. Nobody knows how you will not know how the exam will look like. Just enter the room, somebody will punch you. They will tell that somebody will punch you. Who will punch? I don't know. Go there, they'll punch you. Okay.
Go get it, then you will know.
No one will tell the exam. If you ask the exam, very tough. Beyond that, I won't say anything. You go and see. Oh my God. Okay. So now coming to last couple of minutes, did you started getting a feel that I'm getting certified before clicking the last button?
I think I was confident about 60 questions, which I know that it was definitely correct. And I was just thinking, okay, the rest of the 120 questions, even maybe about, let's say, 30-40% is correct. I think I might pass. But I wasn't very sure.
Sure, about it. So when you click the last button, how many seconds it took to show the results?
I think it came in 1 or 2 seconds. It just came immediately. So I clicked, I put my head down, and then I saw it was already there. And there was a 4-line passage, like, because you as being a person who has gone through this big rigor, you really want to see something explicitly, just want to see, okay, just tell me you passed or not. That's all I'm expecting. And then there is this 4 lines of big explanation. I'm reading it unconsciously. Congratulations, you have made this achievement. It is time to celebrate. Okay, so did I pass or not? And then it took a moment for me to realize, like everybody saying, if there is congratulations, you have passed. And then I saw, oh God, thank God. Okay.
True. If you see a paragraph with a 6.5 as a font size, then it is PMP success.
And me with my glasses, I'm removing my glasses, I'm wearing it, I'm going near the screen. What is happening?
That's nice. So how was that moment that when you see the results, you felt excited, happy?
Yeah, I was quite happy. But I mean, it took some time for me to really realize it. And I think I was most happy when I came back home, to be honest. But then back then in the center, I think I realized that, okay, I passed.
Shock.
And
it's a shock.
Yes. And as soon as I came out, the examiner gave me the mark sheet as well.
Okay.
And there she had put given the score sheet as well. So I thought it was also 3 above targets, and then I was quite happy.
Now you should give chocolate to them when the exam gets over. Thanks, guys.
Next time I think I should give them some more chocolates.
I'm so surprised, man. Center people are giving chocolate. Huh? This is new for me. Nice. Anyway, it's a nice thing. Good thing. Okay, good. How is it? The exam whole time you have to wear the mask?
Yes, we have to.
That's tough, right? Sitting in the center, wearing mask.
Yeah. I think what helped me here was the difficulty of the questions. The questions were super difficult that I forgot about the mask and every other problem. So that wasn't an impediment anymore.
So then you came and searched for that person who said all the questions are easy, all are from Agile.
I only realized that I think I, at least in my life experiences personally, I generally get it done the hard way. So and it really feels good, to be honest.
Yeah, you ask yourself, why me?
But then success after that is also much bigger, much happier. So I thought, okay, as usual, it's easy for everybody, it's tough for me. Very normal, nothing is still.
Anything comes easy doesn't feel great. It should come hard where you feel great. So how is it your friends in your office circle? Did you circulate that you cleared PMP there and people excited?
Yeah, I mean, I posted in my LinkedIn and I kind of wrote it personally to my manager and my mentor. The others have just posted on LinkedIn, and there's been a lot of communication regarding it. Let's say people have contacted and congratulated. Yeah, so it feels good. Yeah,
that's good, right? After some years of life in corporate and busy family life, something like this, when you achieve, you feel yourself the energy and the enthusiasm to do more.
Yeah,
I think this kind of push will make us to do more. Why don't I do one more?
Yeah. That's I mean, being constantly in touch with one or the other kind of learning is really helpful, I believe.
Important. Fantastic. Good. Super, Merwin. Really happy to hear the whole story. And if you want to give some advice to people who are preparing, what is your thought process?
So I think I would like to share a couple of things that had worked for me, to be honest. So the classes started on the 17th of April, and then it took 5 weeks. And by the end of the 5 weeks, I have done one book reading. Yeah, so I've read Rita 10. I've read it once, and that's all the book reading that I really did. And then after that, I started doing mock exams, analysis, and then whichever areas that I felt I was lacking a bit behind, I used to read them through. I used to read those parts with Rita again. So that is what I was doing. And in the last couple of weeks, what really helped me was in Prepcast, I was taking the 60 questions exam. So I was just setting the exam for about 60 questions, and then I was taking it. Because, however, what I was thinking in my mind was the exam that I take is for 60 questions. I do it 3 times, and that's it. It's not 180 questions. It's not 4 hours anything. It's about 60 questions, because once you submit, you cannot do anything with it, right? So I was preparing myself to take 60 questions in about 1 hour and 1 hour 10 minutes, and see how I am performing under time pressure and all. So I think that is something really helped. And as everybody else had also said, like being in the agile mindset, what PMI expects you to do as a project manager, I think that is one of the most important part to tackle the question. So we should take time in reading the questions, understand exactly what they are trying to ask, and read everything carefully. I think if we spend time in reading, I think we will get the answer correct. So it's like that. So the more amount of
focus
time that
reading, focus
exactly.
reading,
and the understanding of the concepts initially is very, very critical.
Very important. Okay, super, great. So how much credit do you want to give to your family for support?
Oh, absolutely. The majority of the credit should actually go to them, because I have a 4-year-old daughter. So
very good.
The weekends is where we get to spend a lot of time with each other. Okay. And especially when the classes were going on, it was quite tough. She used to come like, why are you sitting always in front of the computer? You do it in the weekdays, you do it in the weekends. What is wrong? But then my wife, she took a lot of care of my daughter. I mean, we both are working, so it's hectic on both of us.
Oh, that'll be tough.
But then she took care of her, and I took all my mocks between 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning, so that at least you get the rest of the day. And then I used to sleep for about an hour or 2 in the afternoon. But then, because if I do this after the classes and then write, I wrote all my mocks on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I spend the rest of the day also writing the exam, I think
that's
then
true.
I try to plan it in the mornings and doing the analysis. I think the analysis was the tough part, Shriram. Like the first mock, I took 1 whole week to analyze the exam, because as I'm also working, I cannot spend the whole time, just in the evenings and so on. And eventually the speed got caught up. So eventually it got better.
True. Analysis is a very important area, right? Where you see what is wrong, what is right. Very important. That part is super. Merwin, a lot of positive news from my side.
Yeah, I have one last thing to say here, Shriram. I think there are a couple of things that I really I have learned from you, to be honest. And first of all, thank you to you and to your team for your relentless support. I mean, you have a mission to make us all PMP, and as I also wrote in the group, anyone who wants to get their PMP, I think if you are here, I think that itself will take you halfway through, because the classes, the motivation that we get from you guys is the right push. And for me personally, I've learned 2 things from you. So your patience and your temperament, because there are 100 different students like me in one batch, and then you have other batches, and then you have other courses, to be honest. And for me, my question is very important, right? But for you, it might have been the 1000th time you're hearing the same question. but then you handle it in a, you're being very patient, and we all praise you, we all thank you, but you're still that same Shriram. So you're not floating in the air. We all get, okay, if somebody would praise one, if we get one praise, we are all like, yeah, we achieved something great. So I really like your temperament.
Thanks for
Of
the good
how
words.
you handle it.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the good words. So only thing we do is stakeholder management. High power, high interest, manage closely.
Keep them satisfied.
Yeah, that's it. That's a only mantra. nothing more than that. Great. So when we see results coming up, that gives us satisfaction. That's what my side am having to say. I know many people come back and tell Shriram, good, happening well. Also, some people can't go to exam. I have to admit that. Some of them prepared, for some reason they can't go, even though you give a lot of motivation. Personally, they're not ready to go, various reasons. So we do have some area where we try to make them family commitments, they can't go to exam. So we have to say that. But point here is, when someone clear like you and come back and call me on that day, Shriram, I cleared. I think that's a dopamine, and that's a drug we want.
Thank you once again for that.
Super. Nice, Merwin. Thanks for coming up here. And I know it's office hour going to start for you. Really, your video is worth it in the sense of listening to how you prepared, how you went to exam. And one important thing I found is exam is not fully agile. Exam is not fully easy also. And even though Merwin is a good prepared with all the simulators above 70, 75, still he felt there is some toughness is there. Toughness doesn't mean you can't do, you can do.
Yes.
The point here is you have to stay focused in the question. That's what the message I got from him. Also, you say that questions are in the right proportion. If you say 30% predictive, 30% can be hybrid, 30% can be agile, kind of they made right proportion. There is not too much of agile, there is not too much of predictive. They have a balanced proportion. So what I listen from Merwin is be prepared to have variety of questions. Don't think that all will be one side of direction. Right? That's a message. That's a message. Very clear. Very clear.
Yeah.
Super. Once again, thanks a lot for coming up here, and good wishes for your success in your life.
Thank you very much, Shriram. I would like to be in contact with you even after PMP days.
Always.
And maybe looking forward to the upcoming.
Anytime. And thanks all viewers for watching this video. Give your wishes to Merwin, and let's stay connected, and let's make a big forum of project managers, successful managers. Good wishes, and keep rocking. All the best.
Thank you, Shriram. Thank you very much.